The following program is rated D for dumb. The following non-nominated, non-award-winning program is rated D for dumb.
Hello everybody, Dave Canyon here. Welcome to Hello Dum Dums. Welcome to the Dumbcast. This is Dave Canyon and you're listening to Dumbing It Down with Dave. It is February 5th. It is now 6:56 a.m. and I am leaving my job. I do this podcast in my 2008 Kia Rio LX during my commute to and from work. And right now it is from work, going home nice and early. It is still kind of dark out. I mean, I guess if all these clouds weren't here, it'd be a little bit more of an optimistic sky. I'm not saying the sky is pessimistic. I'm just saying it's not very bright because you can't see the sun because there's all these clouds. So and all the street lights are still on. So I just want to give you a little sense of atmosphere as to where I am, what I am, how I am, and all that. And it's a good morning. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling alert, awake. I have a nice 45, 50-minute commute ahead of me. I got a little bit of a busy morning as I got a few things to do. No errands. Straight home today. Straight home. I got to get some sleep. Today's my third day of the week, Friday night. It'll be the third night of the week for me. And then one more Saturday night, as I haven't been working overtime the last 4 weeks because I've been taking time off so I could relax and lower my blood pressure because I have a DOT physical coming up on the 9th. It was supposed to be the 8th. It was actually supposed to be the 1st, but we had a snowstorm, big snowstorm. The whole Northeast got really beat pretty good. Beat pretty bad, beat pretty good. So anyway, if you're the first-time listener, thank you so much for stumbling in however you did. I greatly appreciate it. The show is called Dumbing It Down with Dave. The subtitle is Pragmatism, Truth, Happiness, and the Search for It All. And I try to get to it. And I've been trying to get to it even more with this new Dumb 3.0 reboot that we've done. That I've eliminated the intros and outros and try to get to it. And I do a little preamble. I do a little icebreaker. Got to warm up a little bit. But anyway, and thanks to Linda from Awesome Insanity Surfers for providing the voice of Harry, the AI you heard at the top of the show. All right, so there you go. That's how we do it now. So we have been doing listeners' comments. Not we have been, but, I like to do listeners' comments. And since I don't get really a huge influx of comments, I let them sit for a while, 3-4 weeks or whatever it is, and then I catch up. And I'm glad I did this time because I picked up some new listeners. I even got an email that I'm going to read one day, probably next episode. What was I supposed to do this episode? I was supposed to tell somebody about something. I was supposed to play a recording of something, but I can't remember. Oh, yeah, it was that. Okay, well, I'll get to it. I'm not prepared right now, but I have a whole bunch of stuff that I just haven't been able to get to, even though I've been taking an extra day off from work because I've been doing other things at home, cleaning up. I got a million things to do. I need a butler. I need a maid, I need a secretary, I need a PR person, I need a communications director, social media manager, I need interns, I need a lot of people. And when you got to do it all by yourself, it's really daunting when you have to do all these things by yourself. And I'm doing the best I can. So anyway, let's do a quick mileage report before I forget. The mileage, for those of you who are new to the show, why is he doing a mileage report? Because I'm driving a 2008 Kia Rio LX. It pretty much is the epitome of pragmatism. This car is very pragmatic. Really nothing electric. I'm amazed it has power steering. Where I'm sitting, I can reach all 4 doors. The manual door levers to open the doors and the handles to close the doors, the windows. I can reach everything from the driver's seat. Everything here is manual, really. No electric windows or nothing. The wipers are electric. But anyway, I like to do a mileage report because this car is way past its prime. And it's still going strong. And by the way, excuse me, still getting 35 miles to the gallon. Still getting 35 miles to the gallon. That's what it boasted when I bought it. There was, you go online, it says, yeah, this car gets you 35 miles to the gallon. That is correct. It does. Still great. Plenty of trunk space for whatever it is, you want to put in there. And it's a good car. I wish they would sponsor the show. It'd be great. I'd love to have a relationship with Kia. All right, so here we go. One of the shows that where I left off was a show called Merry Christmas? ? Happy Holidays? ? I'm not sure if that's exactly how I meant to say it, but that's how I wrote it, 2 question marks. All right, in this episode, where's my glasses? Is it on my head? They're right here on the chair next to me. All right. I think we've covered everything, right? If I haven't covered something, and you know I haven't because you're a regular listener to the show, please let me know what I missed because things change. Sometimes I just forget. All right, stay on track. Focus. This show was published on December 23rd. Oh, yeah, so we're over a month behind. But that's good. That's really good. In this episode, Dave talks about, by the way, there's no rules to this podcast. No rules. We just do what we do. We wing it all the time. In this episode, Dave talks about several things that may or may not be important to you, but they may or may not be important to me and other people as well. One of the things he talks about is healthcare, is his healthcare that people in government have that the rest of the people of the United States don't have. And he also talks about Christmas holidays. All right, there you go. Let's go to the listeners' comments. We'll start from the first one, whoever was the first one to contribute. And guess what? It was me. And yep, it says here, Dave Canyon, about a month ago, left a comment. I wrote, thank you so much for listening and engaging with the show. More specifically, this particular episode. I hope the show finds you well and safe if you happen to be listening during the Christmas and New Year's season of 2020 or any other time of the year as well. Good job, Dave. Nice way to break the ice there in the comment section. It's kind of like a tip jar, you know, when guys put $1 in the tip jar. That's what I did. I start off the comments to let you know that I see it. There it is. That's how you do it. Because, you know, you tell a lot of people, hey, put it in the Spreaker chat box. They don't know what that means. So I just explained to you. It's right there. Spreaker chat box. All right. Oh, by the way, there's also a phone number you can call. Why isn't that in my show notes? Uh-oh. We got a problem. I know why. I forgot. I know what happened. All right. So if you want to call the show because you're one of those hundreds, thousands, millions of people listening on Spotify or Apple or Stitcher or any other podcast platform other than Spreaker, and they don't have a chat box. There's very few that have a chat box. Breaker, there's a platform called Breaker. They have a chat box. Stitcher, I don't think has one. Anyway, you can call. I have a dumb line. I have a Dumbing It Down with Dave hotline called the Dumb Line. And it's basically a free call anywhere you are. Definitely in the United States. I don't know about the rest of the world. I haven't tried it. Nobody's called in for the rest of the world. Everybody who's called in is called in from the United States. The number is 3477 I am dumb. That's right. 347, the letter I, the letter M, and you spell out the word dumb. Well, Dave, what numbers are those? I'll tell you right now. 347-746-3862. 347-746-3862, and that's how you call the Dumbing It Down with Dave hotline, also known as the Dumb Line. All right, Linda is the first commenter here on the Merry Christmas, ? Happy Holidays, ? By the way, isn't it interesting that's how I read it instead of just saying it? Because that's how you do text memos. You know, when you do voice text, you say period, ? Exclamation point, or whatever, however you do your voice text. So I just found that interesting that I felt necessary to say ? All right. Linda Irwin says, AI do not lie, though they may sometimes be mistaken. So if Harry confirms it, it is true. Trying to remember what Harry was confirming. I wonder if it was confirming that I am non-nominated and non-award winning. Maybe. Linda Irwin also wrote, I am not very large. I would be the one to sit, in quote unquote, on the hump in the back seat. LOL. There you go, Linda. The back seat on the hump. Ugh. Linda also wrote, we were -2 last night and clear skies. Yeah, because I do a weather report. She does a weather report. There you go. McCall, Idaho. That is where Linda resides. If you happen to be passing through, give her a yell. Maybe she'll hear you. Linda Irwin also wrote, whoa, I didn't know there was somebody there. I almost had an accident. No, I didn't. Just kidding. You need insurance and health plans in order to get a free calendar in the mail every year. Oh, I feel like I read these show notes once before. I mean, these comments once before. But, yeah, that's funny. You need insurance and health care in order to get a free calendar in the mail every year. Good job, Linda. That is correct. That is true. All right, because this show was all about health care. All right. Well, it wasn't all about health care. I'm sure I talked about a lot of things. But I didn't re-listen to it. So, there you go. Linda Irwin also wrote, we give gift cards to the kids. Oh, yeah, because I talked about cards and all that. One of my pet peeves. Memes and cards. We give gift cards to the kids and grandkids. I buy pragmatic gifts for hubby. If we need big fancy stuff, we buy it when we need it during the year. That's right. There you go. Patrick Maruki. Going kooky for Maruki. Patrick Maruki. How many times does he hear that in a day? Going kooky for Maruki. Patrick Maruki wrote, King Dave, the pragmatic king. There you go. Thank you, Patrick. The king of all pragmatics. Nah, I don't know about that. Anyway, Patrick Maruki also wrote, look at him with more than one comment. Usually he's a one comment guy and out. Had a little free time. Patrick Maruki wrote, would Universal, by the way, he's the reason why I did this particular episode, because he posted something on Facebook, which I wish I had referenced in the show notes, how to solve, I think it was something like, how do we solve the healthcare problem in the United States? Oh yeah, he knows how. Just give us all the same healthcare that you give the senators and congressmen. Same exact healthcare. What's so hard about that? Then we'll all be in the same plan. Can you imagine if everybody in the United States was all in the same plan? Then wouldn't healthcare be cheaper? I wouldn't have to get it from my job when we could all just get it in the same place the senators and congressmen get it. See, that's the problem with healthcare. There's a scam going on. There's no reason why we need a middleman. Why is there a middleman? Why do I need somebody to take my money and give it to my doctor when I'm right there? I was already here. I could have saved you the postage. Give you cash. I think they used to do that once upon a time. I don't know how this ever evolved the way it did. I bet you somebody wrote a book about it. There's some sort of history as to what happened when we used to pay our doctor cash and checks, and then somehow it became this big business. And it's a big scam. If you look at all these insurance buildings, I don't know the names of all these insurance companies, but I'm sure I can go online and get a list of, Health South or Blue Cross Blue Shield. And look at the buildings they're working. Look at all that electricity they pay for. Look at all the phone service they use. Look at the janitorial services, the cleaning services. Look at all those people sitting there in offices, renting, answering phones and making phone calls and sitting there in their desks in their office. Why? Why do you need all that? They don't actually provide health care. They don't do anything. So why are they making money? And why are there so many of these buildings all across the country? You want to know what's wrong with health care? Somebody's taking care of our health care for us instead of us. That's pretty obvious. Isn't it obvious? How come how come Republicans and Democrats don't get together on this one issue? Because don't we all agree? Don't we all agree that we don't get proper health care and it's too expensive? So we're too busy rioting and looting, right? We're too busy storming the Capitol. We're too busy doing all this craziness, racism and abortion, all these crazy marches and riots. We're too busy celebrating all these dopey holidays. Yet, we're so passive. Like, oh yeah, I have this job, I get benefits, and every week they take out money. Even though I'm not sick. Even though I'm not going to get sick this year. Even though I wasn't sick all last year. I just keep on giving money to this company. Makes no sense. Okay, but Dave, I get sick all the time, so I use it a lot. Well, that's different. That's totally different. I still don't understand why we need a middleman. All right. Patrick Maruki wrote, would universal health care be an answer? Not really sure what it would consist of, though. Yeah, either do I. I don't know. Thank you, Patrick, for bringing that up. Patrick Maruki also wrote, posted some healthcare info in the Facebook group, which I have yet to read. I don't do a good reading. I'm not a good reader. So this was a month ago. He posted it. I said I was going to read it. I never read it. I don't know if I said it out loud on the show, but if I did, I guess I'm a liar. I didn't read it. I'm not a good reader. I'm more of not good of a reader than I am a liar. All right, that's it. Those are all the comments. Patrick and Linda, where were you? Why didn't you comment? You listen to the show. I see a whole bunch of people clicked like. There's a lot of likes in here. How many likes are there? Well, 4. Okay, no problem. Yeah, why aren't you clicking like? I see like 150 listeners. I see these crazy number of listeners. You should always click like. First thing, boom. By the way, on Spreaker, what I like about the like button is you click like and the heart lights up or it gets filled with color. And then that denotes that you listen to it. So if you're searching through podcasts, you go, "Did I listen to this?" And if you see the heart, you go, "Oh yeah, I already did because I clicked like." Anyway, here's an episode that's interesting. This should be my last episode. That's what it's called. And it was published December 31st at the end of the year, 2020. My last show, 2020. Oh, here it is. This is proper. Have something to say about this episode? Call the Dumbing It Down with Dave hotline. 3477 I am dumb. 347-746-3862. Where's the show notes? In this episode, David laments on how tired he is, which is typical, and how he feels that this should be his last episode ever. Nevertheless, he still finds time to do a hopefully entertaining half-hour show. That is correct. Hopefully. Let's see. Let's go to the comments. I started off by saying thank you so much for your patience, engagement, and support. I greatly appreciate it. Here's to 2021. Although the one is an exclamation point for some reason, not number one. Happy New Year, I wrote. Oh, see, that's pretty cheerful of me. I usually don't do things like that. Anyway, not a lot of comments. I really thought the last episode of the year and one title the way it did would generate a lot more comments. I guess you guys were really busy. Didn't have time to listen to this episode December 31st. I get it. Linda Irwin wrote, she always makes time for me. We drove that far. Oh, yeah, I was talking about how far you drive. We drove that far to Seattle, Washington on May 9th, 2019, and then back again May 20th, 2019. That's a round trip. That's what she's trying to say. She made a round trip. Linda Irwin wrote, we sent gift cards to the kids and grandkids. They said nothing about it. Oh. Hubby was okay with what I got him, but did not seem thrilled. 2020 strikes again. I did get what I wanted, so at least one of us was happy. That's good. I'm glad, Linda. Oh, what'd I do? Linda Irwin also wrote, I am glad you are stepping down on the commitments. A bit of free time to do what you want will help your health and state of mind. Yes, it has. I'm glad I did it. I have stepped back a lot. There's a lot of things I haven't been doing. And I don't like it. But, I'm not going to say it here and go, it's got to be done, because it doesn't have to be done. It'd be nice if it could be done. If I had a staff, if I had anybody who could help me, that'd be great. Anyway, Linda Irwin wrote, I will be here in 2021. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate it. And thanks to the at least 5 people, maybe 6 people who clicked like on this episode. Thank you. They didn't comment, but they clicked like. Could have just clicked like and typed, good show, Dave. But they didn't. Anyway, that's okay. All right. Next episode. How much time do I have? Oh, my God. I got plenty of time. I always say that, and then I have problems. Oh. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a drink break. All right. Next episode is Take Your Frustrations Out on a Sandwich. Episode 280. Take your frustrations out on a sandwich. This episode was published January 1st. There you go. Let's see what the show notes say. In this episode, Dave energetically talks about lots of things, including taking out frustrations on a sandwich. How does that sound as a resolution for 2021? All right, let's go to listeners' comments. Ooh, 19 of them. Wow, there you go. See? That's usually very good. And I did not put anything in the ante. I did not start it off with a comment. Linda did. Linda Irwin wrote, about a month ago, Harry and Emma are listening along with me. Oh, see? She got the AI hanging out with her. New Year's Day. Happy New Year 2021, she wrote. Thank you, Linda. Happy New Year to you, too. Linda Irwin wrote, all hearing test booths have been sent into space, where they save those tones to communicate with other planets. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I was talking about going for my physical, and there used to be these soundproof booths, and they're all gone. I could have used it for a podcast studio. Linda Irwin wrote, is this show on crack? Wait, this show is about cracks. What did I talk about? Did I talk about cracks? What did I talk about? All right. Linda Irwin wrote, I do not do resolutions. I challenge things at the time that I feel the need. I am enjoying my new Spreaker and YouTube directions. That's right. Linda's doing some stuff. As soon as I am fully prepared, I will promote it properly. Here's a new listener, Robert Carbwa. Robert Carbwa. Carbwa. Pretty funny, he wrote. First podcast that I listened to all the way through. Well, there you go. Thank you, Robert Carbwa. Now, I could take that a couple of ways. I mean, this is the first podcast of any podcast in the world that you listened to entirely through, all the way through, or is this the first episode? Like you've been listening to other episodes they have, but this is the first one you were able to stomach listening all the way through. I don't know. What's the answer to that? Patrick Mason wrote, were the pages stuck together? I don't remember what that was a reference to. It's been a long time since I did that episode. I don't remember. Patrick Mason wrote, Happy New Year. Have things changed for you now? It's 2021. Not really. Patrick Mason wrote, take a break at 300. Oh, yeah, the episode 300 he's talking about. Right, okay. Thank you, Patrick. Not a bad idea. Patrick Mason wrote, I'm still a listener, but I haven't commented in a long time because I'm listening while driving. Always great shows. Yeah, I know. I get it. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate it. And by the way, thanks to Patrick for inviting me over to his place of residence, his palatial estate. One of his, he has a person he knows that was letting go of a trailer that I could have taken over. It would have made it into a really nice podcast and YouTube studio. But that got kiboshed by the wife. None of that will be going on. All right. Patrick Mason also wrote, eat pickled beets every day for a week before your blood pressure test. Oh, I was talking about my blood pressure. That's right. Patrick Mason wrote, all they care about is your blood pressure. That's true. Everything else they don't care about. The whisper test, your vision, when, to check you for hernia. They don't care about any of that. They only care about blood pressure. The last time the doctor stuck his finger up my arse, I asked him if he was married. Patrick Mason wrote, they sold those hearing machines on eBay. Patrick Mason also wrote, the dolly is the difference between life and death when pulling doubles trailers. There you go. Oh, God. Patrick Mason also wrote, the technical term for dolly is converter dolly. That's correct. Thank you, Patrick. Good. Patrick Mason also wrote, first mistake was telling my boss. I forgot what we were talking about. I wish I could remember. But anyway, he might be right. Patrick Mason also wrote, I want to move to Florida in 2021. Wow. And Jeff Warner closed out the episode with DOT blood pressure for a 2-year card is 140/90. So there you go. That's that episode. As I drive over the rumble strips, getting a little tired here. Oh, 23 minutes. Ooh, 7 minutes to go. All right, what's next? Couple more comments here. Patrick Mason wrote, I want to move to Florida in 2021. Jeff Warner wrote, DOT blood pressure for a 2-year card is 140/90. Right now, I'm not that close. I need to do more. I'm doing everything I can to lower my blood pressure, eating certain foods, trying to get sleep, trying to do all these things, trying to eat the right food. It's just craziness, trying to lower my blood pressure. Anyway, I got a couple of days to go. As of this recording. I'll let you know how it goes. All right, you're entering the no-do zone. The no-do zone. When was that published? January 6th. And the show notes are, in this episode, Dave introduces the no-do zone to his audience. One never knows what's going to happen when one enters the no-do zone. 1 minute it's life, and the next minute it's politics. But not really. Come along for a ride. There you go. Okay. What are the comments? 3 comments. That's it. All those likes. 5 likes, 3 comments. What's wrong with you people? Or was it 6 likes? Looks like 6 likes. 1 comment. 1 commenter. Or Linda Irwin. Linda Irwin wrote, my philosophy is to be our authentic selves, living our authentic lives, being aware of what regulations may come our way, and do what we can do to live our best means no matter what, no matter who takes office. I have a general idea of what the show might have been about. But then again, not really. Thank you, Linda. Linda also wrote, series nominated, non-nominated, non-award-winning show. Got it. Linda Irwin also wrote, a moment of silence to remember 2020. She wrote that because I dozed off during the show. I pulled over because I had to go. In fact, I was just I'm just getting to where that happened, which is in Coxsackie when I do the loop-de-loop. And I was so tired, I had to get out and get something. So I pulled into this place called the Extra Mart, and I fell asleep during the podcast in my car while I was in park. There you go. It happened. All right, well, that was a short one. 3 comments. Come on, guys. What are you doing, man? You're killing me. All right. I protest. Or is it I protest? I protest. Episode 282. What does it say here? When is it published? January 7th. In this episode, Dave gets inspired and talks about the previous episode, work life in general, and a protest that occurred in Washington, D.C. on the 6th of January, 2021. Yep, it'll now be famous as the January 6th, whatever you want to call it. They're calling it so many different things. But anyway, some people say it's a riot, some people say it's an insurrection. It's so controversial. I think it's ridiculous, whatever it is. And it was not a good strategy to do what they did. All right, what kind of comments? By the way, how much time do I have? I feel like we're getting to the end. All right, this will be the last series of comments. 11, of course. All right, 11 comments. Thank you. I wrote, hey, thank you very much for checking out this episode called I Protest. I did the best I could to be entertaining, informative, and compelling up until the point where I mentioned that somebody died as a result of the protests. After that, I kept it pretty serious. At least I tried to. Feel free to engage with the show via Twitter, which is @DoneWithDave, the website, which is dumbingitdownwithdave at dumbingitdownwithdave.com, or call in on the Dumbing It Down with Dave dumb line. The Dumbing It Down with Dave hotline. Call the dumb line 3477 I am dumb, or 347-746-3862. I also wrote. No, I did not. Let's go to Linda. Linda wrote, I better start being nicer to Raven or Melania. LOL. Okay. Linda Irwin wrote, it is cloudy in McCall. Linda Irwin also wrote, I have just finished putting my show together for Friday and went at the usual time to watch the local news. Instead was the chaos at the Capitol in D.C. I found myself staring at it for over an hour like I was watching a train wreck. Yep. Patrick Maruki wrote, thought you were very funny as a stand-up. Oh, that's very nice, Patrick. Very, very sweet of you to say that. There you go. That's like saying to somebody, your dog is so cute. That's what I think it is. But anyway, maybe I'm wrong. Thank you, Patrick. Patrick Maruki, going kooky for Maruki. His initials are, by the way, PM. PM. All right. I don't know why that strikes me as interesting. Patrick Maruki wrote, I'll have to do more cooking Facebook videos. Oh, yeah, because I was talking about a video that he did. It was a little rough to watch. Anyway, no, he did okay. We got a new listener, a new follower. And I will talk more about this person next episode. Radio Hope Truth spoken here. Radio Hope Truth spoken here. He writes, hey, Dave. That's Mike Myers. His name is Mike Myers. Radio Hope Truth spoken here. Says, I have a feeling I'm going to really enjoy your shows. Gail Nobles. Wow, I've heard from Gail in a long time. Gail wrote, your show is very good even if it's not nominated. Thank you, Gail. Gail also wrote, you can get better, great ideas. You can get better. That's what she said. You can get better. Great ideas don't always come to us. Keep podcasting. You may not see yourself getting better, but you are growing. There you go. That must be the end of the show, isn't it? I don't want to go over. Oh, yeah, look at that.
If you are enjoying these shows, please like and subscribe. Also, share them with your social media. Feel free to comment in the Spreaker chat box or call the dumb line at 347-746-3862. Please keep your messages to 60 seconds or less and keep them clean, no profanity.